Good evening. A damning review has criticised West Mercia Police for the way it dealt with the case of an American driver who fled the UK after a crash which left a nurse badly injured and unable to walk. The review was carried out by the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office after a complaint by Elizabeth Donoghue from Worcestershire, who said the force should have done more to keep the suspect in the country before facing court. Lucy Capassi reports.
Elizabeth Donoghue is furious with West Mercia Police for letting the man suspected of causing her injuries in a serious car crash to flee the country, and for their actions ever since.
Utterly let down. I feel that in the first instance they didn't do the right thing, even though they were aware that this person was a flight risk. I'm furious that they actually didn't manage to arrest him, bail him, remove the passport, which is all that was required, and actually quite an easy, straightforward process as I understand it.
Elizabeth from Malvern was hurt in the crash near Shucknall in Herefordshire in July last year. The other driver involved was Isaac Calderon, a 22-year-old American citizen. He was charged with causing injury by dangerous driving. But despite West Mercia Police being aware of the case of Harry Dunn, who was killed in a crash in Northamptonshire involving another US citizen who later left the country and claimed diplomatic immunity, Mr. Calderon was also able to leave without facing the courts. Now, in a review of a complaint by Elizabeth, the Police and Crime Commissioner's Office has said there was reason to arrest the suspect. It said, Mr. Calderon was a foreign national suspected of committing a serious offence for which there was a likelihood of him receiving a significant sentence if convicted at court. I believe that serious consideration should have been given to the possibility of him leaving the UK to avoid appearing at court.
At the very least, they need to apologise to me. I'm fully expecting them to apologise to me for the mess they've created, for the added distress that it's caused me. Goodness knows how much money this has caused the taxpayer. I resent that. I absolutely resent that. These people are paid to do a job and they weren't doing it.
West Mercia Police said, "We are in the process of considering the review and will engage with Miss Donoghue on next steps. As legal proceedings remain active, it would be inappropriate to comment further." Elizabeth says her focus now is on the successful extradition of the suspect, something the progress of which the authorities say they can't share with her. Lucy Capassi, ITV News.
13 people have been arrested after a protest outside an immigration centre in Solihull. Refugee rights campaigners were among those gathered outside Sandford House, allegedly blocking vehicles. It followed reports of asylum seekers turning up for routine appointments were being held in preparation to be deported to Rwanda. The Home Office says around 2,000 cases have been identified for removal and placed on immigration bail, with Rwanda flights due to take off in 10 to 12 weeks. A public inquiry to decide whether the owners of the Crooked House near Dudley should rebuild the historic pub brick by brick has been pushed back to next spring. The 18th century building burned down last summer in a suspected arson attack. In February, South Staffordshire Council ordered the owners to rebuild it, but they are appealing. A hearing was due to take place in August, but the planning inspectorate agreed it can be delayed. A man has been arrested on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving after a crash in Worcester last night left another man dead. It happened on Pershaw Lane in Warndon just before 10:30. 2 cars were involved in the crash, which caused one of them to flip onto its side. The driver of that car, a 50-year-old man, died at the scene. One man, aged 24, was arrested on suspicion of causing death by dangerous driving and of being unfit to drive through drink and drugs. Anyone with information is being urged to speak to police. A charity in Birmingham which helps to feed the homeless says it's seen a huge jump in the number of people using its service. Let's Feed Brum offers food, drink and toiletries to anyone in need and claims demand is greater than ever before. It comes as figures released today show the number of people living in temporary housing in the UK has reached record levels. Pablo Taylor reports.
9:30 this morning in Birmingham and a long queue has formed. These people are all here for the basics: food, a drink and some clothes. The service has been put on by the charity Let's Feed Brum, and its organiser says demand is rising rapidly.
We must be 30-40% increase week on week from last year this time. We're now seeing just people that are in poverty. There's a much greater need for from a much wider part of the population for some support.
Not everyone here is homeless, but figures released by the government today show levels are at a record high. 112,660 households were in temporary accommodation on the 31st of December, up 12.1% from the year before. 7,390 were in the West Midlands. On top of those in temporary housing are those sleeping rough. Jamie, who didn't want to show his face on camera, told me getting a bed at a homeless shelter wasn't so simple.
Every time I go there, they just keep telling me to come back the next day. It's not nice, man.
So when they send you away, where are you forced to sleep?
In doorways. Just, I got my sleeping bag, I've got my jacket on. I've been warm in it. Without this service, a lot of people wouldn't survive, would they?
The rise in homelessness is, however, being matched by the generosity of volunteers. Rita Hulland retired recently and decided she wanted to help out.
Thought, I don't want a job, but I don't want to be at home, so I thought it'd give me something to give back to society. I feel satisfied when I've done it, that I've done something to help people around, yeah.
And around the corner, a new van has appeared, equipped with 3 cubicles, where those who need to can have a warm shower and collect some fresh socks and underwear.
Most of them are really pleased to get the warmth, if I'm honest. I know it's a nice day today, but most people say just that feeling of being clean and warm and having fresh clothes to put on.
The government says it's giving councils across England £1.2 billion to tackle homelessness, as well as increasing housing allowance for private renters. Here in Birmingham, though, the queues for food are getting longer. Pablo Taylor, ITV News.
People are being warned to plan ahead as road closures will be in place across Birmingham this weekend. It says more than 14,000 people signed up to the Great Birmingham Run on Sunday. The half marathon will start at the Library of Birmingham and finish at Smithfield. Coventry University is exploring the idea of opening an international campus in Kazakhstan to improve access to education there. If it goes ahead, the campus would be in the capital of Astana, with both undergraduate and postgraduate programmes on offer, as well as teacher training and education programmes. Right, let's get some sports news now. And in the Championship, Coventry City have been beaten 2-1 at home to Ipswich Town. Kiefer Moore opened the scoring for the visitors after 8 minutes. Coventry did level in the second half through Haji Wright, but the scores weren't level for long, Ipswich securing the win through Cameron Burgess. Coventry's final game of the season is against QPR on Saturday. Now, just before the weather, it is starting to feel like we're finally waking up to morning sunshine after what feels like weeks of cloud cover and April showers. And it was a breathtaking view for Jack March, who shared this photo of the carpet of bluebells in Bentley Park Woods in North Warwickshire this morning, and also a sea of summer yellow flowers, certainly making us look forward to more sunshine to come. But how soon will we get it? James Wright has the forecast.
ITV Central Weather is sponsored by Octopus, the renewable energy company.
Hello there, good evening. It's been a beautiful day in parts of the patch today. West wasn't best, and that's because we've had this low pressure system here throwing a bit of rain in from time to time. We're going to see that push away, and then really we're going to see more of our weather coming in from the east or the south. That helps with the temperatures. We've seen some lovely temperatures today in parts of the patch, but we're going to even out at around average the time of year as we head towards the weekend. Got a little bit of rain pushing up. It doesn't reach everywhere. Some places holding on to some clear spells and clear skies overnight. That clears away. The residual cloud actually helps with temperatures, looking at lows of 8 to 10 Celsius, so certainly a mild one. Tomorrow then, bit of a mixed bag. Some clouds, some bright spells, some sunny spells, and it's the sunny spells that could see a few showers developing later on in the day. Pretty well scattered, and I don't think many of them are going to be particularly heavy. So if you can stay in the drier weather, we're looking at highs of 16 or 17 Celsius, and where you've had the cloud today, 18, will feel very nice indeed. Tomorrow evening, though, just got to tell you about this. This is a little plume coming up from France, and that could have some heavy showers and maybe the odd rumble of thunder. Here's your pollen.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV Central Weather.
Hello, summer. Piri sponsors ITV Pollen Count.
Generally dry and sunny spells type weather tomorrow and Thursday, giving us high counts for moderate ones on Friday. Oak is in full flower, and also early flowering grasses could cause irritation. Sleep well that night.
That is it from us for now. More on the website, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock with Samina. Join us then if you can, but for now, from the team, bye-bye.